Today we're making some hard intercooler piping as well as a new intake horn, so let's get into it.
So I'm going to start by first building a bulkhead where the intercooler piping is going to pass through the core support near the hood latch. This plate's going to strengthen the core support since I cut a big hole in it, as well as hold some captive nuts to bolt the bulkhead to. Here's what the bulkhead's going to look like when it's bolted in place, and here is the core support reinstalled. You can see that the intercooler piping needs to pass through that hole, so now I just need to weld up a couple pieces of the intercooler pipe. Here I'm test fitting the intercooler pipe as well as marking the location of the aluminum bracket that I need to weld to the pipe to make this a bulkhead. Okay, here's the first section of the upper intercooler pipe bolted into place. It looks like it fits pretty good. There's plenty of room around it, so now it's on to the next part. Okay, this is the grid heater, which is used to heat the incoming air during cold starts, which I need to install and sits directly on top of the intake. This is the original intake horn. You can see it's large and bulky and it points to the side of the truck, which isn't going to work to connect to this intercooler piping, and it also hits the brake master cylinder that I installed, so I need to build an entirely new one. Okay, this is going to make up the base of the intake horn. It's just a billet intake flange that I got from Summit that I'm going to weld a piece of intercooler piping to create the intake horn. Before I do that, I need to extend this upper intercooler pipe in order to meet the correct angle that the intercooler coupler is going to connect to on the intake horn. Okay, here's that pipe reinstalled. You can see how much closer the coupler is going to be to the intake horn. So now I just need to weld a piece of tube to that flange. Okay, there's that all welded up. Looks like it should hold pretty well. Now I just need to trim it to fit. Okay, here's the finished intercooler piping. Eventually, I'll put some T-bolt clamps on all of the joints, but for now, it's just going to sit like this. I think it looks pretty good. I'm also happy that it all fits under the hood. To wrap this up, I also added a coupler and a piece of intercooler pipe to the bottom portion of the intercooler, and I'll finish the turbo side of the intercooler piping upon final assembly.
Okay, that's the intercooler piping and the intake horn all sorted out. I'll finish the rest of the intercooler piping when I reassemble the truck for the final time. So that's going to be it for this one. In the next episode, I'm probably going to be taking a break from the front end of the truck, and I'm going to do some work on the back end of the truck just because I'm getting tired of working on the front. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you next time.